Hello everyone and welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. And today we're out front with the HVC hot cake. Now, this is a special one. This is actually the hot chocolate cake and it comes from the Privada Club. This cigar was released by them in 2021 and they aged it 4 years before its release. I picked it up in November of 2025. So that's right, the cigar has been aged 8 years plus. Now, let's get into it. The wrapper is a San Andres Maduro wrapper. The binder is a Nicaraguan Corojo. And the filler is a mixture of Nicaraguan, and it is Jalapa, Condega, and Esteli. That being said, this cigar is highly bragged about and rated by a lot of people. So I figured, let's get into it. Now, more importantly, everyone did what they said. They said to pair it with a tawny port, hot chocolate, or some other spirit. Excuse me, actually Mexican hot chocolate. But me, people know me, I hate hot chocolate, and I'm tired of fighting with my wife over the tawny port, so I decided I was going to pair this actually with some Alabama water, aka moonshine, that I infuse with dehydrated cranberries. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead, light this up, and I'll get back with you after the first stir. Alright everyone, now, first of all, let me apologize for being out for so long. I was working actually on this moonshine when I said I had something very special for y'all. I got a call and I was able to pick up a couple of gallons of moonshine from Alabama, so I did. I decided to infuse this particular gallon with dehydrated cranberries, as you can see. But right after that, I got hit with a curveball. Unfortunately, I'm a parent. Actually, not unfortunately, because it is one of the biggest blessings I've ever had, but unfortunately, I'm a parent, and I have a very clingy youngest child who decided they wanted to get sick, and of course, come and cling on dad. Not mommy, but dad. So, of course, that beautiful kid decided to give dad a severe case of flu that lasted basically almost 3 weeks. It started out light, and then next thing you know, the last week and a half, well, the middle week and a half, I was down. Could barely talk, couldn't breathe, so unfortunately, making a video wasn't going to happen. So, of course, I had to struggle and fight my way back to health while making sure I didn't make no one else in the family sick. Well, this is the first day of me having freedom. So, I decided to go ahead and do the HVC hot chocolate cake from Privada Club and this moonshine. So again, I do want to apologize for the delay in the videos and also to say thank y'all for the following. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead, finish up, get to the first third, and get this review going. Okay everyone, I'm done with the first third. And let me tell you, this cigar is extremely, and I do mean extremely smoky, and it is putting off great aromatics. First and foremost, let me say, the one thing you cannot do with this is use this as a straw. The draw on this is extremely snug and firm. Even though it's open, it is not the way that I prefer my cigars to smoke. Basically, I always say if I wanted to use the cigar as a straw, I could. This one, I could not. Now, let me tell you, the first third delivers immaculate roasted almonds. You get a hint of cocoa and it has a very light, subtle baker spice that's coming through. Now, more importantly than that, like I said, this is an 8-year aged cigar. Now, the retrohale is creamy and smooth, and it has a nice little hint of a sweetness coming through the retrohale. Now, this cigar, like I said, I've been watching it, been looking at it, been watching everybody brag about it. I didn't get the traditional hot cake. Like I said, I got the one from Privada Club, and this one is the hot chocolate cake. That being said, I'm going to let you know, it's starting to open up, and I'm really excited to see how the flavor profile is going to go from here. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'll get back with you at the halfway point, and also after sipping a little bit on this moonshine. All right, folks, this is the moonshine I have. It is from Alabama, and I infused it with dehydrated cranberries. And let me tell you, this sucker is extremely sweet because it brought all the sugars out of the dehydrated cranberries, and it infused it to the point where you can honestly say you would have thought somebody went ahead and made cranberry moonshine. Now, the main reason why it's so sweet and strong is the proof of this moonshine. Picked it up from the guy, and he showed me this sucker was sitting at 170, the proof. I don't know how the hell he got it so high, but that's what he delivered. So, folks, let me tell you, it's a weird pairing, but the main reason I decided to pair them is, one, a good tiny port is extremely sweet also. So I figured, hey, don't got to fight with the wife. And this one right here, got a little bit of kick. So we'll see how they go. And right now, I would say I'm giving these two a solid 7. Okay, so I'm going to see y'all at the halfway point, and I'll let you know how it's going between the two. Okay, everyone, we're back. We're at the halfway point, and as you can see by the burn, I'm going to stop calling it a kiddie roller coaster. It actually resembles more of that out and back roller coaster, a couple of dips, a couple of little hills. It's trying to make itself even, but hey, who cares? Now, let's get back into this. The flavor profile has gotten stronger with the roasted almond, the cocoa, the baker spice, but there now is a little kick and hint of black pepper that seems to linger on the palate. Other than that, a very quality and solid cigar. It's extremely firm and tightly packed, but yet that draw, like I said, it's perfect. It's coming through. It's got a little snug, and it holds on tight. Now, the best part about this cigar so far to me is the aromatics coming off of it. The smoke delivers a nice little hint of that cocoa, a little bit of molasses, just a very solid and well-rounded cigar. And I'm telling you now, I'm probably going to order more. I picked up, I believe, about 4 of them. And at this rate, this is something I want to share with a couple of my friends. So I'm going to go ahead, pick up a couple of more, and I'm going to throw it in the humidor. Now, other than that, the one thing that I could say about this cigar that I wish it was a little bit thicker of a gauge of a cigar. That's about it. Me, just because sometimes I feel a little bit thicker ring gauge cigar helps deliver a little bit more of a say, stronger flavor profile delivery. But that being said, I'm not going to argue, I'm not going to complain, and I'm going to get back with you at the final third. Okay, everyone, I'm back with this last video of the pairing. I'm going to go ahead and give these two a solid 8.5. The main reason is, one, the cigar itself and this moonshine are pairing very lightly. They're not overwhelming each other, and they're not really complementing each other either. But it does make for a nice little breakup of all of the videos I usually do, and I just wanted to see how it would really go. If anything, I believe it probably would have went better if I made some apple pie moonshine. And I believe that crispness of them two would have made a better pairing. That being said, overall, I'm going to definitely get his moonshine itself. Something you want to do is a nice little breakup of the traditional moonshine. Yeah, I would get this a good 7.5. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the final third pairing of this cigar. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the final third. And let me tell you, the aged tobacco has finally started to kick in and take over. And I can honestly say I'm really enjoying it. First of all, that retro hell is delivering a nice, creamy, and musty flavor, aroma from the aged tobacco. It was kicked up a little bit more with the black pepper, and it also has one more thing going for it. That molasses and the roasted almond are trying to come through even more. And I do believe it's just because we're getting down to the end of the cigar. This cigar itself, I would definitely give a solid 8. And the main reason is, like I said, sometimes I think a bigger ring gauge helps deliver a little bit more of the flavor on these cigars. Or it could be one of my all-time favorite cigars. Maybe if they made this in a Lancero. But that's just me. But overall, I can see why everyone loves this cigar and why it's so much hype for them. That being said, I saw a couple of more of the HVC hot cake cigars on a different site, so I figure I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of those. That being said, everyone, again, sorry about the delay, but my youngest one decided it'd be fun to give Dad severe flu. So I'm going to go ahead, look around for a couple more cigars or a couple more spirits that I'm about to grab, and I will be back sooner rather than later with another video. That being said, thank you. Thank you for your support and keep following. And I'm also going to work on some of my intros, meaning I'm working on making an intro video, and I don't know about an outro video. That being said, I'll see you on the next cigar. Thanks to you and love all of y'all.